Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of our Turbo versus Alpha series. So guys, welcome to the video. This is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and check it out. We did what I call like an outside shallow point of view where we compare and contrast the different features. I show you guys different benefits and I explain the difference. And the main takeaway of the kind of Turbo versus the Alpha in part 1 was really that the Turbo is more of a classic type of theme, right? When you think of the typical Shopify theme, I think of Turbo, to be 100% honest with you, right? Everything is just structured the way it is. It's, I guess you could say very typical, right? You click on a product and you have your title, you have your price, you have your description, where everything should be, add to cart, buy it now. Basically very, very normalized, simple product. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's not actually a dig. It's actually a benefit because some people, that's what they like. They like that typical classic kind of look. Other people like a lot of added features, a lot of different things. So, for example, this is a store that I built here for fun with the Alpha theme, right? And this is a store called Alphalete. And if you guys are familiar, big shout out to Christian Guzman. He's a role model to all of us. And you can see here just the way I designed the theme. It's much more creative, I would say. It's a little bit different, right? And so this is something that I'm using to kind of do that. Now, with that being all said, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the back end of it now, where we compare the sections, right? And we compare the different features. Now, forewarned is forearmed. There's a lot more sections on Alpha Wolf, which is this theme, than there is on Turbo, remember. And so I don't want you to think of one as better than the other. I just want you to think of one as different than the other. And it just depends on what you prefer and what you choose for one over the other. Okay? So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right? So you're looking at right now the Alpha theme, and this is my creation to the Alpha theme. It doesn't come out of the box like this. I've set it up in a certain configuration, right? So what I did was I put a featured collection first, and the featured collection just where I can feature different products. And if you notice, the first one in the collection was these two images, and I put them right here. And you can see here I edited the text, and here it says women. It actually should say men, so I'll just go ahead and fix that. But you guys kind of get the concept here, and you can add buttons, you could do all that, right? That's kind of one of the sections, featured collection. Here we have collections Masonry, which collections Masonry is just like a whole bunch of boxes that are not typically the same size, right? And I just kind of arranged it in this size. You guys can arrange it whatever you like. So for example, if you want this here and put it up here, you could do that. Like, there's different ways that you can go ahead and set this up. I actually might like this a little bit more, but I'll just bring this back down to where it was before. But you kind of get the point of what I'm trying to say here. It's like a different kind of setup, right? That's collections Masonry 4, okay? Because there's different kinds of Masonry selections. Here is block text categories, which is literally right here, this section here, which I think is pretty cool. It's a little more visually appealing. You got some text. You got some, some more text here. The different categories of products. I can click on a category and the products come up. By the way, guys, if you see some like images that are grayed out here, it's because I just didn't add them yet, right? I didn't have the time to add them, but you kind of get the point. Here I have our product tabs carousel, which basically what this is that if I add more than 4 products, it will be a legit carousel, and we have tabs to them, right? So, for example, in this men's shorts section, I can change the collection, and I could show, for example, the homepage, which will show a lot of my other products, and it will kind of slide back and forth. That's what a carousel is, right? In my case, I'll just keep it at the shorts, so it doesn't slide back and forth because I limited it to 4 pairs of different shorts, and here I have men's shirts. And on the bottom of it, you can see there's a button that says Browse All Products, which is like almost like a big category page. Here's another product tab carousel, which is for women's clothing now. And that's, pretty cool in my opinion, that I could do this with this theme. And you can see here how we have these tabs and, just give another creative look to the products. Also, I want you to note that as I take my mouse and hover over the product, right, you can see there's a price, there's the name of the product, and then the image. Once I take my mouse and hover over, it changes. We have the cart here, we have the quick view, right? And so the quick view, you'll see it here. It doesn't actually pop up in the preview, but if I was to go on theme settings here or not even theme settings, but if I was going to do a live preview, so if I click on view here for the live preview and I just do this here, you guys will see this in a second, or not add to cart, but view, you could see there it is. It looks like this. For whatever reason, you can't do that when you're editing the actual theme, which makes sense. The next thing is I added a newsletter section. So you guys will see this as I show you all the sections. There are a ton of different newsletter sections. And what I went with was the half image, half newsletter section. Like I said, this theme is really, really good if you're a photographer, if you have a lot of content for your theme, for your store. Really, really good for this because you can add a whole bunch of different content. And when you add more content, it will increase your chance of getting more sales. The next section that I have here is after the newsletter. Where is it here? We have our product tab. Here it is. Featured collection number 2. So basically what this is another way to feature a collection. And what I do to feature a collection, I like to get the same model in 2 different posing positions, and I make one image larger than the other, right? And this is kind of what it looks like. And I could do this, like I did this here, right? And I did this also here. I actually decided to hide these images though, because I just felt like the black on black, the black one, the full black one, here, I'll show you guys how it looks. Looked better in my opinion. I think it just went better with the theme. But you can go with this kind of setup as well, and it looks great. And you can go with something like this as well, and it does look great as well. I just wanted to go with the full-on black, so I'll hide those other images. But that's kind of a cool way to show off, a product. A product section, right? Here's another category of products that you can kind of show off, which is, let's say you're showing off the top, like let's say you're selling the top. You could do this with any product. You could do this with vacuums, with keyboards, with like literally any product, whether you're drop shipping or whether you're just selling kind of regular. You can give different angles of the actual product. So notice here we have the front angle, we have the side angle, and then we have the browse more button. Same thing here. We have the front, we have the side, and then we have the browse more. And this is just a little button that I kind of added 2 pieces of text on, which I will eventually remove, but you guys kind of get the concept here. Here's another example of the featured collection, which is the same as this style, right? Bigger image followed by a smaller with 2 groups of text. Same thing. Bigger image, smaller image, 2 groups of text, right? Clickable, by the way. Clickable, you can click on these and it will take you to the actual product. And then finally here we have a shop all grid, right? Which I did a clean 4x4 grid, 4x2 grid, showcasing a total of 8 products with the view all, and then of course we have our footer. So that's kind of how I set it up. There's more that you can set up. Now let's go ahead and, by the way, this is not the default. Like, it doesn't come out of the box like this. You could just go over here to add section, and you can add the different sections that you want. So now you guys know what sections I selected. Let's go ahead and take a look at the turbo now. So just to be clear, we looked at alpha now. Let's go ahead and take a look at turbo. So turbo is a little bit different, okay? So let's go ahead and hit customize on the turbo, and let's take a look at it. And to be clear, this is the turbo, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look. So give it a second to load, and this is how it looks. So you have your banner, you have your menu as it drops down, you have your search, you can scroll down, you have your little feature boxes here, and you have a little carousel, you have a banner, image followed by text, image followed by text. You have another heading, you have collections, you have customer testimonials, product name, subscribe, and blog. So all of these features that you're seeing here, you can also get on the Wolf. Like every single feature, the image with the text, the blogs, the banners, the customer testimonials, all this exists, and you guys will see this. But this is, I'm essentially showing you guys out of the box what this looks like, okay? Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other, of course. So let's go ahead and take a look at men's shirts. Let's just click on one of these. And you can see here, this is how the collections page looks like. Of course, you can edit things and customize the way you look. But this is kind of, to me, this is kind of, in my opinion, just bland for what I'm trying to do and for the look that I want to achieve. But some people like this, right? Some people like the bland, more, less, I guess you could say, less complex look. And I've said this before, but when you use a Shopify theme, it's like buying a house. Certain people like apartments. Some people like condos. Some people like condos with balconies. Some people like apartments with balconies. Some people don't like balconies. Some people like big backyards. Some people like to live in the country. Some people like to live in the city. One is not better than the other. They're just different, okay? And that's what I want you guys to know. So you have the checkout. You have basically everything that you can kind of expect with a typical regular theme. And I want to be clear, when I say regular theme, you're not going to get the same features that the alpha theme has. So if we go to the alpha, one of the features here on the bottom left is this pop-up. And you get this pop-up when, you select a certain category, and it will say so-and-so bought, this, or someone bought that, or someone bought that. And you can see here, and what this does is I always say this is like a product recommendation section, and almost, right? Like if I'm looking through the website, and I say, oh, these shorts look cool, and I keep looking, and then, boom, I see a little pop-up here of a different pair of shorts. So I click on them and I'm like, oh, this is real cool. So let me add that to my cart, right? So it's just another way to increase my average order value. And basically what that means is the amount of money a customer spends with each visit that they come to your website with. So that's just something you want to be aware of. Now, in terms of the back end, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the sections that the Out of the Sandbox has. So let's go ahead and see how many sections. So we clicked load more once, show more twice, and that's it. So these are the number of sections you get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you get a total of 22 different sections with the Out of the Sandbox Turbo theme. Let's go ahead and see how many sections do we get with the Alpha theme. Okay, and once again, I'm not saying one is better than the other. They're just simply different. One is you're going to get much more customization with this theme, but let's go ahead and count anyway. Okay, so let's click Add Section. Let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's hit Show More here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's click Show More. Okay. We have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, right? So let's just keep waiting. So either way, we beat the other theme with this theme right now. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, let's continue. Show more. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. Let's click Show More. And 50, where was it here? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, and still Show More. So you guys kind of get the point here. There's a lot more sections you can expect here. I'm not sure if there's 68 because maybe I counted a few of them twice, or maybe I missed some. I'm really not sure. Don't quote me on it. But you can see here how many sections there are. There are a ton of sections. And so my point is that with this theme, you can do much more. Okay? So now let's just take a simple aspect. Let's talk about testimonials, for example. And testimonials they look like this. Let's go ahead and look at the demo here. Let's go to the Portland theme or the Turbo theme rather. Do they have They don't have testimonials on the homepage. Basically what testimonials are reviews, right? Like text version of reviews. So if we look for testimonials, you have 1 version, 2, 3, 4, 4 different versions of testimonials right there, right? On the other theme, you're not going to get that, right? So, and like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just different. You get more customization with the other theme, right? If you're the type of person that just wants something that's simple, you don't want to waste your time customizing things, then go ahead and do yourself a favor, pay the extra money, and go with Turbo, right? But if you like the customization, go with a different theme, right? Go with the alpha theme because you're going to get more. If we go over here to the sections in the Turbo theme, I'm looking for a testimonial section. There's only one of them. You can see here there's only one. So once again, there's not anything wrong with that. And I was just using testimonials just to prove how much different options you have. Okay, so some of the, like I said, some of the things that I like here are, the way I can just set things up, and kind of show that off. Now, I'm going to show you guys another theme, or another store, rather, that I use this theme on that I built for fun. So let me just pause the screen, and I'll show you another one real quick. Okay, guys, so this is another store that I built using the alpha theme, and it's another one in the fitness or clothing space. If you guys are familiar with Chris Jones, I built this store for him. I thought he would like to see it, but obviously I don't think he ended up seeing it, because he's a busy guy, but it is what it is. But either way, I just decided to show you guys this because this was another store that I built just for fun. Like, I always like to test myself and create different stores and things like that. So you could see here, this is something I also built with the alpha. You can't do certain things on the alpha that you can't do. You can do a lot of things on the alpha that you can't do on other places. So you could see here, like, here's a section for the blogs, right? Here's a section for your newsletter, which is different than the last one I showed you guys. Like this alpha one, the newsletter looked different. I had a right here, a big image with a big newsletter, like a 50-50 split. Here, it's a little bit different. We had text with the newsletter. The reason why I point this out is just to show you how many different settings there are and how many different sections. Here is almost like an Instagram if you wanted to set it up, but it's like clickable, right? Like different collections, different products. You can do this. Pretty cool. Here is another section of a banner that I created that has animation to it. Like if I refresh the page, you guys will see how this will look differently as it loads. Let's go ahead and do that, actually, just so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So if I scroll down, look at the animation. You guys see how that all kind of slid up right there? That was something that I did. And notice here, like how equal it is. Like you have a white shirt individual here, white shirt individual here. Here's the blue, the green, aqua, whatever you want to call it. Here's the same color here. Then you have this one in the middle. It's just almost like the word escapes me at the moment, but everything fits. Everything looks very clean, right? Here's the large images. Right here, the large images, like and showcasing different products. And what I did was, I did like a little setup where you see how this product is similar to this one and similar to this one. Like I kind of did it like a boxy, like once again, the word escapes me, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like this matches with this, just in different angles. This one, or this one matches with this one. You guys kind of get my point here, right? Here are the images of the products. I would have just kept it straight to these images, but since I added more products to the collection, the collection would have been better if all the images were taken as the same size. The women's one is kind of weak. I just didn't have many images to show for the women's products. Accessories is missing because there are no accessories on the original store, but you could see kind of how I set it up. If we go to like the product page, let's select the product page. You can see here very clear images. I went with the zoom on this one, and I went with the different model images here. All right, just a different look. And of course, you have your hurry scarcity approach. You have your what's it called? When you scroll down, this is called once again, guys, sorry, sticky banner, or sticky add to cart. That's what it's called. When you scroll down past this add to cart, you have a new bar on the bottom that says add to cart. And that's what's referred to as a sticky add to cart, which basically means that the add to cart button will stick on your website some way, somehow. That's just one of the other features, right? So you can switch the size, you can add the quantity, hit add to cart, and then you have your one-click checkout. So a lot of different things that are available here. And honestly, I could talk about this theme for days. I could talk about this theme for days. But really, I have different videos on each theme and how to set up stores with each theme. So that's really what I would recommend you guys to look at. But let's just do a deep dive real quick in the backend settings. So if we click on theme settings for the alpha, you have a colors, topography, header, mega menu, which, by the way, the mega menu is a mini mega menu, and I've showed this before, but if you take your mouse and you hover over this menu here, this is what kind of looks like. You have a menu and then followed by an image. It's not a true mega menu like the Portland one or like this one. So if I go here, this is a true mega menu. Here you have a mini mega menu on the Alpha Elite one. So just be aware of that as well. Okay, but you have mega menu, collection page, product details, social media, notification, product, newsletter, pop-up, age verified, general, money options, which are currency and things like that. And then you have checkout. This theme does support multiple different languages. That's a little FYI for you guys. App embeds, if you have any app embeds, kind of take a look at that. But if we go back to our homepage, let's go ahead and do that. We go to our homepage here. You could see here all the different theme settings. I mean, we went over the sections, but you guys gotta get the point. Let's go over to the Turbo, and let's take a look at their theme settings, rather. I believe I will... How do I get there? Again, this was my other website. Let's go on admin here. Let's just search the admin button /admin. And let's log into this. Then let's go over here and let's actually edit or take a look at the Turbo theme. And let's see what settings they have. So click on theme settings. And you can see here they have performance, which is their speed kind of setup, which there's literally no difference in my opinion. Colors, topography, mega menu, search, product grid, quick shop, cart, currency, newsletter, pop-up, social media, favicon, discus, comments, checkout. So very, very similar, right, in terms of the settings. But really you're just... And this is, at the end of the day, guys, what you get to see behind the scenes. The biggest takeaway here is if you're looking for something classic, you're looking at Turbo. If you want something more exotic with different options, you're looking at Wolf. I wouldn't tell you to base your buying reasons based on price. Like, that's the most foolish thing you could do. Just because one is more expensive than the other doesn't mean one is better than the other. Like, if this is more expensive, it doesn't mean it's worse. It doesn't mean it's better, right? It just depends on who's using them. Something that I always say is, and I've said this before, but getting a theme is like getting a house. People are going to like different things. You're going to like different things. I'm going to like different things. I might like to live in a cabin in the woods. You might like to live in an apartment in the city. It's just different, right? So once again, one is more exotic. I would say Alpha is more exotic. Once again, you can go through their website, look at their different features. You could actually view their own demo. Like if you go over here to, where was it here? Access demo, you can access their demo for their website. They have different images, different looks and things like that. You can also access the Turbo demo by going here and clicking view demo. And I'll leave all the links in the description box down below so you guys can check it out. But one of the things that I really like is the customization ability of Alpha. If somebody told me you had to pick only one between the two, I would pick Alpha. Okay, and the reason why is because with Alpha, I can, if I really wanted to, make it look like Turbo. But with Turbo, I can never make Turbo look like Alpha. It's just, there's just a lot of settings that it kind of doesn't have. But like I said, don't base it on the price, right? Like once again, just because one is cheaper than the other doesn't mean it's better. Like Wolf is not better because it's cheaper. Like don't base it on the price. This is a business and you got to focus on a business, costs money and costs success. So, make your decision wisely. If you have questions on what's better for you, please write them in the comments down below. I'll make you a suggestion depending on your niche and depending on the style of products that you're selling, all right? I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Bye.